Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Welcome to the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today I have with me a group called The Ascended, who want to discuss what is love. And we're going to take a moment or two for everybody coming in and join the fun. But I do while we're waiting for everybody, I want to read the definition they gave me just a few minutes ago about what love is. And you might find it really simple and you might find it good, because love is not a very complicated thing, as we've been taught. It's not a complicated thing at all. So what they told me, I'm going to put up, for those of you on YouTube and TikTok, I'm going to put it up on the screen. I don't think I'll be able to read the whole thing, but I'll read it. Again, this is what they gave me literally like 2 minutes before I turned things on here. Good morning, Amanda. So today's event is called What is Love? The Ascended define love as any thought, any action, any word that improves the quality of your physical well-being, your mental well-being, and then they told me to put in brackets your mental well-being as in character, emotional well-being, and the conditions of your environment. That is how you maintain and sustain your environment, that sustaining and maintaining them in any way that improves the quality of your life, improves the quality of your body. And they told me to emphasize right now character, which is your mind, your thoughts. They said this is the place where humanity is faltering at the moment. You do not understand the nature of constructing your individual characters, which loans itself to a very precise and specific influence on your collective character. As each of you can individually improve the health of your body, which is an act of love, to improve your emotional well-being, to improve your mental well-being, your character. You can all do this individually. You can individually sustain and maintain a good or improve your environment in which you find yourself. But on the level of character, humanity is struggling terribly right now, as many of you have not effectively recognized the nature and quality of your thoughts and done a proper introspective inventory of your mind, because it is your mind that shapes the lens of creation as it moves through you individually. And your mind shapes collectively the influence of the energy that you utilize collectively to affect changes in your interaction with the earth, the planets, indeed the electrical environment of your entire solar system. But each and every one of you is capable of evaluating the area of character. The body is fairly straightforward. What you will give it to eat or drink, of course, will contribute to or diminish its optimal functioning. And its optimal functioning is an expression of love. If your body is operating optimally, you've elevated its well-being to the highest scale that you can, then you are indeed loving your body. That is, you are not doing it harm. You're not placing substances into it that are not bad. You are taking it out for daily activity, to exercise it, to allow it to stretch and move to its fullest potential. To treat your body with such regard is an act of love towards your body. When we say emotional well-being, this is dependent upon the function of your character, as the nature of your thoughts will orchestrate the nature and quality of the emotions that you experience in any given moment. The nature and quality of your thoughts will do this. And so it becomes very important to learn the process of evaluating your thoughts, which all combine together all of the thoughts you have acquired in this life and others, collectively formulate what you identify to be your character, your personality. And the function of your personality determines what you will or will not do with your body and what effects you will or will not have on the environment around you. So a great deal of what you are dealing with both individually and collectively has to do with your character, the beliefs, the ideas in the form of philosophies and cultural biases and religions, beliefs about relationships. Your character is defining your destiny and what is to come and what will not come. And this is where the vast majority of the human species struggles right now, in understanding and comprehending your ability to alter and change your character. Your body you can enhance and improve by the way in which you treat it. If you are treating your body properly and effectively, your well-being will improve from the physical perspective. But even this element of your physical well-being can be tremendously influenced by the nature and quality of your character, what you harbor in your mind, the beliefs, the ideas, the future considerations that you carry within you. If they are not so good, then they will certainly cause you to say and do things according to the nature and quality of those thoughts that make up or constitute what we call your character. Your body is simply the vehicle through which your character expresses. But your mind is the lens, the focusing point that lets you harness creative or spiritual energy into the manifestations of the conditions you call your life. And your ability to deliberately and intentionally evaluate, alter, and change your character remains in your own hands. You can defer your thoughts to other people's ideas, beliefs, and opinions, such as going to an educational system where they give you or tell you what to think or believe. Then your willingness to surrender to the ideas and beliefs of others will, of course, result in certain formations of your character. That you can defer the formation of your character to other people, as many of you do so by default when you enter the physical body. When you enter the physical body, you come into this physical dimension with your mind open and receptive. And into that mind is poured all manner of information from the environment around you. And your foundational perception of your character is given to you. Given to you to such a point where you can hopefully awaken to the position in consciousness where you can begin to evaluate what the world has given you to think and believe and begin the process of shaping your own character. And if you are fortunate enough to be exposed to character information and stimulation that gives you a reasonably good character, then the task of molding and shaping your own personality will not be as difficult. And for those of you that have been raised in environments where you were given destructive or negative or unpleasant ideas about who you are, then the job will be a little bit more difficult for you, but the same functionality of your capacity to alter and change your own character remains exclusive to every individual who so wishes to assert their will upon changing the thoughts, ideas, and beliefs in their mind, so that those thoughts, ideas, and beliefs fall into alignment with our original idea, in that your thoughts should cause you to perform functions of action that are beneficial to your body, to your emotions, and to your environment. So the lens of your mind is the most important part of the human personality over which you as a sentient being may have authority and autonomy. As we've said, you can defer that authority and autonomy to a teacher, to a friend, to a parent, but you will never be able to deny that the absolute authority is your own capacity to effect conscious and deliberate changes in what you shall think or what you shall not think. This is the single most defining feature between humans and all other living creatures in this physical world, not including those beings that are here from other celestial bodies, not including those who are from other dimensional realms, who are observing you with great curiosity and concern simultaneously. But it's very important you understand this facet, that the lens of your thinking mind is the most important element of your character that you must learn to shape and mold in an image that is pleasing to you. If you choose to leave beliefs and ideas unevaluated, then you will experience things, maybe not so pleasant things, as what you call surprises or unfortunate events, because you do not change or alter certain processes of thought that naturally result in the consequences of certain experiences, as all thought is creative in its function. And so we came to this one today to articulate what is love. Love is that which you do and think that improves and enhances the well-being and vitality of your physical organism. That enhances and improves the emotional, energetic properties that you use in the function of those actions. That is, thoughts will stimulate emotions, and emotions will always stimulate an action. You may have some degree of authority over the nature and degree of the expression of that action, but eventually every thought will generate an emotional quality that, if repeated and compounded, will result in a very specific and precise action, whether that action is of fear or love, joy or sorrow, pain or pleasure. Ultimately, all thoughts result in functions of emotional energy. And in getting to the position in your consciousness where you are evaluating your character, and you can begin to construct a character that is noble and beautiful and good and just and reasonable, then you can begin to understand and delight in your reason for coming here in the first place. And your reason for coming here in the first place is to learn the act, the function, and the practice of creation. And that is the ultimate demonstration of love, those who consciously and deliberately know that they are in the functional process of creation. That you can take a substance like sand and stone and build a great skyscraper, that you have the capacity to alter, modify, and change the function of matter and energy from one state into another. That is the function of creation. The great consciousness that so many of you speak of, that one that you call God or the divine, that one that you call God or the divine, that consciousness is a creating consciousness as well. And you are in its image and likeness, and you can learn to delight in the deliberate and conscious function of creation, which is the ultimate expression of love, to know that you are a creating intelligence and that you can induce creation to function on your behalf. That is, you can create, you can produce, you can manifest, you can alter and change the functions of time and space and matter. And your sciences are getting closer and closer to understanding this thing called time and how to affect change in the function of time as a creative influence of your own consciousness. There are other species that have already demonstrated this and proven that this can be done. But if you understand that love is simply that which enhances and improves your body, your emotions, your character, and your environment, because the nature of your character determines the nature of your function upon the environment, upon your body, upon other creatures and beings that exist in this dimension. And we hope that you understand this definition of love, as it is the simplest and most logical and practical definition of love you will find anywhere. Love is not a box of chocolates. The act that might precipitate one giving one a gift of chocolates, that act that precipitates that action may be a function of love. To give is a function of love. But of course, if you were giving a box of chocolates to somebody that is a substance that might be very detrimental to the body that you're giving it to, then that function of love would not be so effective. There are things you can offer to another that would be not good for them. And so the function of love recognizes consciously and deliberately that which enhances and improves the well-being of oneself and others simultaneously. So that you would only give that which would enhance and improve the quality of those whom you love's physical, emotional, character, and environmental conditions. All acts of love enhance and improve all these facets of which we speak. And if you understand this, it will make things very easy for you. If you begin to view your world and your own mind through this lens, then you can begin to rebuild and redesign your character in a fashion that's more in harmony with the function of love, which is your true nature. As character can be shaped and formed by the environment before you have enough consciousness to begin to evaluate it yourself, the function of environment can certainly implant in your mind beliefs and ideas that could be detrimental to your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your environmental well-being, as is clearly demonstrated in your existing state as a species collectively, and for many of you individually. But that at any point in the process of your awareness where you begin to evaluate, you can begin the process of rebuilding your character, which is ultimately the function of your mind, and you can begin the process then of rebuilding the vitality of your body. But it only comes from the perspective where you, as the sentient soul that you are, that can evaluate and examine thought, idea, and belief, word and action, only from the perspective of your independent awareness, that is your unbiased awareness, observing your thoughts, observing your words, observing your actions, being able to then articulate intentional changes in them, thereby hopefully improving the nature and quality of your life by making the right choices in terms of thoughts, ideas, beliefs. So we center upon this one aspect of your consciousness, your character, which is your beliefs, that which you hold to be true or not true, that these are the lens through which your spiritual power flows and which gets demonstrated into the state of conditions you find your physical world as a body in at this time. The nature and quality of your physical conditions are more often than not a direct result of the nature of your personality characteristics, that is, the character of your mind, the thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that you harbor there. And this is as simple as we can make it for you. This is the one element that humanity must begin to engage in a very, very short and brief period of time, that you can shift your character individually and collectively away from fear towards love, away from the unreasonable to the reasoned, from doubt to creativity. You must understand that you have a very short window as a species to make a significant enough change in your individual and collective characters that you can alter a function of destiny that has been repeated many times upon this planet, because the same errors in character had occurred. You do not yet fully comprehend or understand your whole relationship, energetically speaking, not just with the immediacy of the environment that you find yourself in, hearing these words, as the nature and quality of where you are now interconnects with the environment, and you will have experiences throughout your day that are intimately connected to the nature and quality of your own thoughts and emotions. So too, on a grander scale, humanity as a collective whole, on a fabric of what we call the unconscious level, has a combined electromagnetic influence upon this planet, which in turn communicates energetically between the sun and the other planetary systems. You indeed have a relationship not only with your own mind and body, the people around you, and your environment. Indeed, you have a relationship that goes beyond the scope of what you see with your eyes and hear with your ears, so that you do bear some influence on the electromagnetic spectrums of the planet, other planets, and the organism you call your sun. It is well documented in conventional physics that if you place two magnetic fields in proximity to each other, they will begin to effect a change in one another. And every human physical body emanates an electromagnetic field, which is a microcosm of what you call your earth. Every human body emanates an electromagnetic field that is comparable to the electromagnetic field that the earth emanates, that the other planets emanate, that the sun emanates, that this entire solar system emanates its own unique energetic field. And that you, whether you realize it or not, you individually and collectively participate in all of this in various degrees. And if you can yield the effort of your collective unconsciousness, you can alter and change things on a scale far beyond the scope of what any of your sciences can currently measure. Yes, your sciences can measure the electromagnetic field and spectrums within the scope of their technology, the interactions between the sun and the earth and the various planets, but they have not learned how to measure that unmeasurable element at this point, that your thoughts, your emotional energy are part of that electromagnetic interplay, and that you can have a deliberate and intentional influence, as a scientist may take a magnet and place it towards something and observe effects and see that one can push and one can pull. Different substances will interact with that magnetic field. Well, so too that same property of electromagnetic interaction exists between individual bodies. As human individuals interacting with each other, your fields interact and overlap with each other all the time. But so too, collectively, you have this broader field of energy that is below your individual levels of perception, but not beyond your ability to grasp the fullness of it if you become conscious of this fact that you are individually and collectively able to induce and affect changes in the conditions of this planet and the interrelationship between this planet and the other heavenly bodies in this, what you call your solar system, which of course has another layer to it too, for we can go beyond that. But at this point, it might be sufficient enough to realize that at least you can consider this possibility, that individually and collectively you can and are influencing your experience of time, space, and matter, and the physiological, geological, and astrological effects that you'll begin to experience and are experiencing as an effect of that collective interaction between yourselves and everything in this particular solar system. That should be sufficient enough to consider at least that possibility, that you collectively, all 8.4 billion of you, are collectively and energetically, unconsciously interacting and interconnecting with the electromagnetic energy of all other things within the sphere of this planet and this solar system. And those of you that are astutely more conscious of what we're saying recognize you have a galactic interconnectedness that can be very interesting to explore. And that intergalactic connection has resulted in other species tuning into you that were significantly more aware of this than you are. And they have come here to observe and even assist you, at least those of you that are awaking enough to understand what we're saying. We have gone as far as we believe that is reasonable to go in this understanding of what is love. And that if you understand that the lens of creation exists within the confines of your character, and that the shape and quality of your character, which is the sum total of all your thoughts, your ideas, your beliefs, both given to you and acquired, result in the experiential creative process that you call your life. And the function of creation is an act of love. Whether that creation is conscious or unconscious, all acts of creation are a function of love, as that is the basis of all life, is creation. This is wonderful. Very wonderful. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I want to say thank you to the Ascended for sharing that beautiful message with us. I'm only sorry that the whole message can't show up on the banner on the screen for I'm limited in the number of characters that it will let me show. But yeah, good morning. So that's the kind of morning it's been for me in this part of the world. Hi. Thank you so much for the hearts and the gifts that I've been getting. I really, 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 really appreciate it. You know, it's not, the gifts are not, can I recommend any books? Wow, this is a great question. Books that I could recommend personally that were life-changing. Any, you know, for a real starting point, and if any book that you hear me, one book I would recommend is a book called The Psychology of Self-Esteem by Dr. Nathaniel Branden. And pretty much any books Dr. Branden wrote, of which he wrote more than a few. Anything by an author by the name of Ayn Rand, who has a very unique philosophy on individuality. Anything by Plato, Aristotle, you know, Descartes, you know, Nietzsche. There's many different beings that you can study that will give you different perspectives. Master Saint Germain has a wonderful book called The Seven Rays. You can read that. The Bible, the Quran, the Torah, read them all. Yeah. Those are a few. But if you're just considering, if you're stuck in your life and you're trying to figure out, what do I do with my life? Another really good book is a book. Any book by Gerald Jampolsky would be another book for you to read. A Course in Miracles, another good book to read. Very challenging for the ego to read that book, but something. But if you're starting out with, like, you've got emotional challenges and struggles that you're working with right now, then I would highly recommend, of course, going to The Psychology of Self-Esteem, because that was the first book I was given by a mentor to read. And that set me on the journey of waking up. Though I didn't even know it at the time, the full awakening is still kind of underway. I don't think we ever fully get to the complete sense of who we are, but we unravel those layers. But yeah, those are a few books I could recommend to you. Hi. Thank you for the badges. Thank you for sharing the live. I really appreciate it. Hi. I think we got 18 members on the team. Yay, team. Go team. Share, like, subscribe, and follow. Is there anywhere that there is a human rights worker that can tell me anything, and I mean anything, that will help me? So somebody's asking on YouTube if there's a human rights worker that can tell me anything, and I mean anything, that will help me. Her name is Leslie Grace. You can reach out to her on my YouTube channel. And she, again, I'm always told to tell people the same thing. You, by nature, are a creator. It's your nature. It's what you were born to do, to learn to create. And your thoughts, again, I'm going to paraphrase what they said, our thoughts, our character, our beliefs, our ideas, our information in our head become the lens through which we enact creation in our lives. And everything in our lives is an experience of that act of creation. Everything in our lives is an act of that experience of creation. Yeah, let's do that a little bit more. Thank you so much. Let's go down here. Rich Rising, I don't know what that means. Sent a gift. Thank you for the flowers. Appreciate it. Thank you for following. Thank you for following. Hi, I'm Alexis. I'm from Mexico. Hi, Alexis. Yeah, I'm down in Mexico for a little while. Down, just getting grounded down here, avoiding the Canadian winter. Thank you for that super chat, Amanda. Good morning, William. May I ask for a message about the dream I had last night? I believe you were giving me a message, but when I woke up, I did not recall it. Yeah, that happens. I've been told that I appear in a lot of people's dreams. It's the weirdest thing. I, I mostly I don't recall those things, but if I tune in, the only message I would be inclined to give anybody in the dream is remember that you are a creator and you came here to develop the function of creation using a mind, emotions, and the body as an individual. That you can elevate your consciousness beyond simply being a physical body. You can elevate your consciousness to a different state. That's what I'm being told to be very careful in terms of how that is articulated. But I'm being told, someone's showing me like a bullhorn and making a big announcement to you. There's a big announcement, so get ready for that. Amanda, there's a big announcement that's going to be made to you that's going to be really good. There's going to be a celebration involved in this. But that's what I'm being told to tell you. There's that's the way it's being given to me. There's a bullhorn, someone making a big announcement. I can't make out the words, I just hear the bullhorn, the loudness of it. But everybody's celebrating. I get this energy of celebration around that announcement. So I'll really be excited to hear what that's going to be for you, what that announcement will be for you. Very wonderful. Hi, Jenny. Good to see you here. Van Twinkle saying character development. That's it. I've been considering why I want to do 102 again, which way do I go? Why or for who? Today's message helps me define my thoughts. Thanks for the love, William Michael Forbes and company. You're very welcome, Van Twinkle. And again, for those of you that are wondering, you still have a couple more days that you can register for our Masterclass 102 Liberation course, which is about releasing old emotions and old thoughts from your mind and body. Because you store emotions and thoughts, you store them in your physical organism. And those thoughts and emotions will live in your body and incline certain events to occur through you or to you. So you need to learn how to shift and change or release emotions that no longer serve you. Release your anger, release your fear, release your guilt, release your shame. Release these old emotions out of the body. Most of them come from past experiences, but your body does not know how to let go of old emotions. You have to teach it how to do that. So you got at least a couple more days. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, Masterclass 102 Liberation. And it literally is an incredible process of liberation from the mind. So you're not stuck in your mind. You're not stuck in your body. You're not stuck in your emotions anymore. You can begin to then train and teach or rebuild your character. As I said, our character, learning to build our character is the most important task for any human individual. And most of your character was given to you by your environment as you were growing up, what you were taught to believe or think or feel, what people told you you are or what you weren't. Most of your character, you didn't even choose it. A lot of people walking around thinking, well, I'm no good, I'm terrible. That's not the truth, but you may have been given that belief. You may have been given beliefs by your environment that said you're no good, you can't do anything right. Those were beliefs that I was given as a child about me, and I went through many years of suffering believing those things to be true. So how many things think you got going on in your mind and in your emotions that aren't true? But you believe them because you feel them. Just because you feel something doesn't make it true. Right? Anyway, very wonderful. The Four Agreements is a good book. Bridget Boudreau just mentioned that too. Another good book is The Four Agreements. Yeah, anything from Master Buddha is good. There's some wonderful books on the Essenes. There's wonderful modern works by individuals like Jordan Peterson. You can read anything from Jordan Peterson. Will give you a really good and lucid intellectual perspective of how to evaluate your thoughts and your actions and offer you strategies for change. You know, there's lots of stuff out there. For every problem there is a solution. Don't be one of the people that are looking for a problem for every solution. You want to be looking for a solution for every problem, right? Make sure you're doing that. Hi, glad you joined us. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate that. Well, we don't have a lot of people here, and I don't really have a lot of time this morning. I've got a door to be replaced here that needs to be replaced. Hi. Thank you. Very exciting, Amanda. Yeah, it is. Hi, Thui. William, I haven't had enough time to meditate and practice what I've learned in Masterclass 101. Should I continue with Masterclass 102 or wait till March so I have enough time to practice more? Take the 102 now, because you're going to learn really simple foundational practices that are going to give you a jump on things right now. In Masterclass 102, you're going to learn how to meditate, how to get your mind under your authority, how to shift and change emotional energy so that you start to, because once you can create emotions of joy and excitement, once you can change and release your emotions of fear and uncertainty, you'll begin to create different effects in your life. Give yourself an amazing Christmas, Thui. Give yourself an amazing Christmas gift. I promise you, 102 will just completely change your outlook on life and give you the necessary tools to start rebuilding your character in a way that is simpler than I've ever seen and more effective than I've ever observed for people anywhere. If we've got any 102 students here or former 102 students, please share your experience or encouragement with anybody that's on the fence about taking this masterclass, because it is literally the simplest and most life-changing course I've ever witnessed. And it's 3 weeks, so it takes you right up to the week before Christmas. But during that time, your sense of well-being is going to grow and improve rapidly. You're going to start to experience your ability to create and stimulate peace in your mind, calm in your body, and joy in your heart. So what starts to happen when you start to regain and reclaim authority, autonomy over your own thinking and your own body? Because autonomy over your body isn't about, I can be any way I want. Autonomy is being able to make your body healthy, vibrant, strong. Something that when you wake up in the morning, you're glad to be in this body. You feel that way? Be glad to be in your body in the morning? That's how you should feel, glad. You want to learn to be glad in your body in the morning. If you're not glad in your body in the morning, it's because you're not treating it with love. Go back to, and for those of you that are just arriving, go back to the original transmission on my YouTube channel so that you understand what's being spoken about. What is love is what it's called. What is love? And it'll be on my YouTube channel under the lives section. But yeah, please, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Amanda's saying, Thui, join. Thank you, Amanda. Very important. But again, if you want, you're free to take the course. We have the next 102 after this one is in March the 29th to April 18th. The course is 3 weeks long. There are live events from Sunday to Friday in this Masterclass 102, about 1 hour every day of your time. On 1 hour on Sundays, 2 hours on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. And you'll get a chance to really begin to experience your own natural authority over your mind and your emotions and your body. Your body doesn't need the stresses that mind places on it. You need to train your mind. Remember, your mind is mostly made up by the world. Anyway, I cannot say enough good about this. It is the simplest and easiest form of healing I've ever observed. And the ascended masters that speak and teach through me and our other instructors will really bring you to a place of a deeper understanding of yourself in a very short period of time. And again, we've had people that have taken the Masterclass 102 who have been dealing with chronic anxiety, chronic depression for 10, 15, 20 years, and it stops. Because you understand that emotion is just energy emotion. They got to learn how to deal with the energy of depression, the energy of anxiety. You learn to treat your mind and your emotions differently than you've been taught to. And once you learn how to deal with your emotions in a conscious and loving, compassionate, kind way, you'll be surprised how quickly your mind and body will heal. You didn't come here to suffer. You came here to learn creation. And your mind and body are the only instruments that you have to do that with while you're here. And so it becomes very important to learn how to operate your mind and your emotional energy, your thoughts and your body consciously and effectively, right? Don't delay. Jasmine saying, do the 102. It's the fastest way to heal. I know, Dave, I'm looking forward to seeing you and you and Robin in March. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's an amazing course. It's completely life-changing. Wonderful. I'm not sure. There we go. Anyway, I've got to get prepared for these maintenance people that are coming very, very shortly. Oh, hang on. Somebody's wanting to speak to me in real time. Let's see who this is. What's they're asking about here. So I have this feature on my website that people can talk to me directly through my website if I've got time. Let's see. I paid for Masterclass 102 and sent a copy of payment. Wonderful. Okay, well, Jennifer, Susan, yes, I did send. You did get that sent. For some reason, the email bounced back to me. So send me an alternate email address that I can send you the link for tomorrow's orientation. And this evening by 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, everybody that's already registered, you will receive your study guide and you'll receive your itinerary with all the course active live links for each of the events. So that's the next 3 weeks of events. You'll have all the links to those events by 10 p.m. this evening with your study guide, which maps out all the 3 weeks of the program and what to expect in it. But yeah. Okay, let me just let her know. Just telling her she email bounced back. Send you the info. Wonderful. There we go. Oh, I know, what's this? Sorry, the internet sometimes a little different down here in Mexico, but it's all good. So anyway, I love all of you guys. Thank you for your support. Amanda and a few others. I look forward to seeing some of the repeat students that we got coming in the 102. And we got a lot of new people coming in the 102. For those students, they're still in Masterclass 101 on your week's break and just reviewing the material from the 101. You have until, if you want to make the orientation, you want to try and register by the end of today, hopefully before 10 p.m. this evening, so I can send your itinerary and study guide out with everybody else's. Or you can book up, you can wait up until Sunday and book for Sunday evening. That's when we close registration, Sunday evening at 6 p.m. If you do that, though, you will not get to participate in the orientation tomorrow. You can watch the replay because we record all of our live events and they get put up on a private group wall where you can evaluate and review them later. And we also have one of our mediums who's returned by the name of Desiree Nicole Smith, and she'll be working on the Sunday live event at 3 p.m. on Sundays. You'll be meeting Desiree tomorrow during the orientation if you can make it for the orientation tomorrow, which I hope you'll do. Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, you're very welcome, Susie. You're very welcome. So he says, thank you for the encouragement. I'll try my best to go get my time. Remember, if your schedule doesn't allow you to make the live events, do not be concerned. Every event is recorded and put upon a private group wall, so you can watch it according to your schedule. So you will never miss an event. You'll be able to capture all the events. All right. We know that the live events are always, at least I've been told that the live events seem to affect people more profoundly. But we've also been told that people that watch the replays have been equally influenced in their own rightful way. Anyway, wonderful. So many lives transformed. Yes, we've had a few thousand lives changed because of that. And there's not just that, there's so much beyond that. Anyway, I do have these maintenance guys. I'll be here in less than half an hour. I want to get prepared and get this equipment put aside because they're going to be working on a door here. I'm going to take the window out and replace it. I want to wish each and every one of you much, much love to our students. I'm looking so forward to this 102. It's going to be really exciting. I get goosebumps just saying it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Those of you that have already registered, you have the link already for tomorrow's orientation on Zoom, where we hold our classes. And those of you that register by or before 10 p.m. tonight, you'll receive your entire course itinerary and study guide for the masterclass, as will those who are already registered. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, and I'm going to look forward to seeing many of you tomorrow. And those of you that are joining us for the live show at 10 a.m. on TikTok, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for Shortcuts for Your Soul. And others, I will see you on Monday at 10 a.m. for our regular Monday show. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, and I will see you then. Bye for now, everybody.